temporary stuff.
I can't reset this password.
Can't have bad coffee. Just sit at it.
Just get a camera.
Thought about it. Thought about over in the house.
That was a wild movie though, because those kids were crazy.
Which show was it?
Jurassic Park. It was for the promotion party.
Yeah.
We had like
I have
7 chaperones.
I think they started with
We
you.
were having a hard time.
That's not enough.
Doing this circle.
Yeah. We show up in groups, big groups, from all the shows, and it's like try to contain that chaos.
No, I'm not going to make a time. Mine's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fun.
No, thank you.
I had offered to be here. Yeah, shot me a text said if you like me here too.
This is 3 minutes. I'll be out. No, I have alternate plans. Oh, what the heck is my username? T.
That's pretty. I want to go there.
Okay.
I think that's Alaska.
Got too many passwords.
You have problems too?
You can't get in?
Mine keeps having the wrong password.
Can you get into the computer or is it board docs?
It's board
Okay,
docs.
I can reset board docs. I cannot reset the computer.
You're gonna have to voice it.
He's gonna have to, and unfortunately, you're gonna have to look at the screens.
What happened?
And,
He can't get in.
you can't get in the computer at all, and Networks Unlimited, no, it's not gonna be able to.
Oh yeah, they're offline.
Just so no one has to remind you.
So,
When you come up.
you're gonna have to,
Yeah, I like that one.
Password issue?
I can reset this one, this is not.
I'll probably mumble a bunch because I'm scared to show this, but.
Fine. Plug me and put mine away. My guys don't play.
You're all set. You're logged in? Yeah. You're logged in. So
Bruce, you want my computer to log into board docs and I'll use my phone?
No, I mean, it don't matter. I can voice it. Voice it. Don't matter. Don't bother me.
Fine.
You would have to give your username.
No, he could sign into board docs on
Yes.
here, right?
Yes, he can.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He'd be under, but he would have to log in under your login under the main computer.
Which would be fine.
Okay, if you guys want to do that, that's fine.
All right, it is 6 o'clock, so let's call this meeting to order. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lynn, will you do roll call, please?
Sorry.
Madam Mayor Jacqueline Wells,
Here?
Vice Mayor Darrell Garner,
Here?
Councilmember Derek Elliott,
Here.
Councilmember Tanya Lumen,
Here.
Councilmember Terry Patterson,
Here.
Councilmember Steve Sanger,
Here.
Councilmember Bruce Seeloff.
Here.
All right, before we start tonight's meeting, I want to extend our sincere appreciation to our dedicated staff for their exceptional efforts during the prolonged power outage on May 18th through the 19th. Our employees from the fire department, police department, parks department, and golf course management worked tirelessly to respond to the community needs and assist with cleanup of the downed trees throughout the city. Their teamwork, commitment, and willingness to go above and beyond during a challenging event helped keep our community safe and supported, and we are grateful for their service and dedication to the citizens of Rawlins. We will go down to the approval of the agenda. Councilmember Patterson?
Move to approve the June 2nd, 2026 City Council agenda as presented.
Second. Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to approve the June 2nd, 2026 City Council agenda as presented. Any discussion? When will you open online voting?
Yay.
Online voting is open.
Derek Elliott, yay.
Thank you. Online voting is closed. The motion passes with 7 yeas.
All right, moving down to the approval of the consent agenda. Councilmember Sanger.
I move to approve the consent agenda for, where'd the date go? June 2nd, as presented.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to approve the consent agenda of June 2nd. Any discussion? Vice Mayor Garner?
Miss Mayberry, I was paid in the accounts payable section with my business. How should we move forward? Should we remove this from the consent agenda and then abstain from it, or is it possible to abstain just from that but approve the consent agenda?
Madam Mayor, Vice Mayor Garner, with acknowledging and disclosing that there may be a personal interest or conflict, it is at the discretion of council to either consent to that. It would be appropriate for you to abstain from that from that item. But as it applies to the entire consent agenda, it could be removed and placed on the regular agenda, would make it a little cleaner.
Okay.
Yeah.
That way you can provide your position regarding the other items.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Councilmember Sanger.
Madam Mayor, I move that we pull the it's accounts payable, right?
Yes.
We pull the accounts payable for May 8th, 2026 through May 22nd, 2026 in the amount of $972,787.48 from the consent agenda and place it under new business.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to do that. Lynn, tell us when we would need to refresh. Any discussion about that? Further discussion? Okay.
So hold on 1 second. I have to move the accounts.
So quiet.
All right, so Okay. So. Let me just. Save this. Can I see this 1 second? Is it 9? 9C. No, that's okay. I just need to tell you. 9C. Okay, so if you guys, I moved it and then I did a new motion, move to approve of moving accounts payable from the consent agenda and placing under new business under 9C in the amount of $972,787.48. So if you guys all hit refresh, you should have it moved and then the new motion. That Councilmember Sanger and then Councilmember Seeloff second, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Did your thing pop up?
Does everybody have it? So, okay, so I'm going to open online voting.
Oh, okay.
Online voting is open.
Yay.
Online voting has closed. The motion passes with 7 yeas.
All right, moving down to a public hearing. I will open the public hearing for the approval of the second reading and waive the reading of the ordinance granting a telecommunications utility franchise and general utility easement to CenturyLink. Is there anybody here that would like to speak on this matter? Okay, seeing none, I will close that public hearing and move down to citizens' participation. Citizens' participation is a time for public comment set by Resolution 2C 1996, and it sets a time limit for public comment for 5 minutes, with the provision that the 5-minute time limit may be increased at the request of a member of the public or any council members, subject to our council vote. Is there anybody here that would like to speak on something that is not on the agenda?
Hello,
Hello.
council members. My name is Craig Roberts. I appreciate the opportunity. Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to speak to you about our concerns, mine and my neighbors' concerns. I'm here about the water booster station. Basically, more specifically, the location of the booster station. I understand the importance of getting this done. I was fortunate enough today that Myra, Carl Smith, and Cody Dill took time out of their day to speak with us this morning and cover a lot of the concerns that we had as the neighborhood. And I do appreciate that. And I will say this, that, you know, one of the reasons that we got to this point was because we feel that the city didn't take adequate measures in letting the people that lived right there on that corner that intersection knew what was going on. I read about it in the Saratoga Sun, which, by the way, was a inaccurate article at the least, or maybe it was the best information they had at the time, I don't know. But so that, I went and talked to my neighbors on Saturday. Nobody knew about what was going on, so that kind of got us to the point where I sent an email out and asked what was going on. And I do appreciate this opportunity. For the record, I'm just going to read a letter that one of our neighbors, the Vihils, Philip and Denise Vihil, wrote. Now, I know that I have totally different information now than I did when we were talking this weekend with these people, so I hope no one takes any offense to what is being said in this letter. As it goes, okay, this is City of Rawlins, subject, concerns and objection to proposed water booster station in our neighborhood. Dear members of the Rawlins City Council, we are writing to formally express to you our concerns and opposition regarding the proposed installation of the water booster station within our neighborhood. While we understand the importance of maintaining and improving essential infrastructure, we are deeply troubled by the apparent lack of timely and adequate notification provided to residents who will be directly impacted by this project. Many of us became aware of the proposal only recently, leaving us with very limited time and proper research understanding to respond to the potential implications. This short notice raises several important concerns. Insufficient public engagement. Residents have not been given a fair opportunity to participate in discussions, ask questions, to provide input prior to planning decisions being advanced. Potential impact on property values. Infrastructure projects of this nature can influence neighborhood desirability and property values. Without adequate information, our studies shared with residents were unable to assess the long-term financial impact on our homes. Quality of life considerations, noise, increased traffic, visual impact, and potential environmental factors associated with the booster station deserve careful evaluation and transparent communication. Lack of available data. We have not been provided with sufficient documentation regarding environmental studies, site justification, mitigation measures, and alternative locations considered. As residents and stakeholders in this community, we respectfully request the following. An immediate postponement of all decisions or approvals related to this project until meaningful public engagement can occur. A formal public hearing dedicated specifically to this proposal with adequate notice provided to all affected residents. Full disclosure of all studies, reports, and assessments related to the booster station, including impacts on property values, noise levels, traffic, and environmental conditions. Consideration of alternative locations that may reduce the direct impact of residential neighborhoods. We believe that collaborative, transparent decision-making is essential to maintaining trust between the city and its residents. At this time, we do not feel that sufficient effort has been made to include our voices in a matter that directly affects our homes, families, and financial investments. Thank you for your attention to this matter. We respectfully ask for you to take our concerns seriously and ensure our residents are given the opportunity to be fully informed and heard before moving forward. Sincerely, Philip and Denise Vihil. And like I said, with that being said, I have totally different information today from your city officials, which did a very good job of explaining to me the hows and whys of what we're doing. I mean, we all realized it was something that was an emergency. It was something that needed to be done soon. But with the lack of information we had and going by what we read in the papers, it became a very discerning, proposition for us. We realized that, things have to be done, and they have to be done in a timely and cost-effective manner. I think our biggest concern was that we were basically blindsided by what happened. Everybody knew that, that something was going to happen, and they talked about Date Street, but until it became right there, 40 feet from your front door, it was not quite as obvious as what became later. But I do appreciate the city's time in educating me on what is going on down there, and we do appreciate that. I do request that we have some type of formal communication, whether by letter or something that I can give my fellow neighbors to to say that we address these situations. We do have a petition that we circulated around basically the people that lived right at the intersection and those adjacent to them. We had 11 signatures, basically stating our concerns. But I'm in full belief that you guys are going to handle that, take care and basically, take our fears down to where we're no longer considered that we're being attacked, basically. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Is there any? Oh. Ms. Thayer.
Madam Mayor, Honorable Council, I just wanted to give you guys an update on the CDT Gateway community, which we are in Rawlins, and the volunteer committee. This Saturday is National Trails Day, so we will be cleaning up either out south on the CDT, and Myra probably will pull something up on where to meet and everything. We have 9 partners. It's a really exciting opportunity that we've combined a downtown cleanup with National Trails Day. And so that's this Saturday from 9 to noon. You can meet downtown and do downtown cleanup and projects, or you can go out south on the CDT and work on that component. So again, we've got 9 partners. We're teaming up to clean up, so super excited for that. I also wanted to talk about a project and thank this volunteer committee. We've been talking and for 10 years as a Gateway community and as part of the CDT Continental Divide Trail, that the stretch south of us and north of us is very, very tough. And the biggest concern we heard from the walkers, the hikers and walkers, is water. And so I want to thank Councilman Patterson and the whole crew. We're just going to say we put a water cache out north. We did ping it for the walkers, but a lot of time and effort. There is a picture of the water cache that was created by the volunteer committee. It's insulated. It has a little spout on it, but they went out on Saturday, and Continental Divide Trail Coalition is just thrilled. They think, this is the first. I think we have 3 planned. Is that right, Terry? Councilman, yeah, and then you can see the inside, it's insulated, and so that's just all of us working together, that we want when people come into Carbon County and Rawlins to know that we care about these walkers, and so that's super cool. And then of course halfway days to really culminate this, again, July 10th through the 12th, and we have I think the entire Continental Divide Coalition staff coming from New Mexico and Golden for that event, plus multiple of their board members that live across the United States. So they're really, really excited about us and Carbon County and Rawlins. So thank you, Councilman Patterson, you worked extremely hard on that water cache, so thank you. Thank you, everybody, but you went above and beyond, so thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else that would like to speak in citizens' participation? All right, moving down to board appointments and presentations. And we have a proclamation for Arbor Day, will be on June 5th, 2026. Daryl, would you like to read this? Sorry, Vice Mayor. June 5th is Arbor Day. Whereas in 1872, the Nebraska Board of Agriculture established a special day to be set aside for the planting of trees, and whereas this holiday, called Arbor Day, was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska, and whereas the Wyoming State Legislature has adopted an act designation a day as Arbor Day, and whereas it is the purpose of the designation of this day throughout the national of encourage the planting of shade and forest trees to encourage the harvesting of forests by approved conservation methods, and to encourage the protection of our forests from misuse that destroys the beauty and utility of the forests as well as their wildlife. And whereas through the cooperation of all residents of the city of Rawlins, the beneficial effects of tree planting can be materially increased, and we can pass on the enduring heritage of a vital natural resource to succeeding generations. Now, therefore, I, Jacqueline R. Wells, Mayor of the City of Rawlins, Wyoming, do hereby proclaim Friday, June 5th, 2026 as Arbor Day in our community, and urge everyone able to do so to observe this day by planting at least 1 tree and by participation in our Arbor Day celebration by the city and other sponsors. In witness thereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the official seal of the City of Rawlins, Wyoming to be affixed this 2nd day of May, June 2006.
I should have taken you up on that offer.
Give you the long ones.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, Myra.
Madam Mayor and Honorable Council, we just wanted to invite you to the Arbor Day celebration to share some more details This is coordinated mostly by the Parks Division, but also the Parks and Rec, or the Recreation, and some other people help out. That will be this Friday, June 5th, and Saturday, June 6th. It is at the Rec Center. Goes from Friday from 8 to 6, and then Saturday from 8 to 1. And there's the tree sales. They got a good variety of trees this year. The bouncy house will be set up, food trucks, and we'll have the Robbie Sandoval tree raffle for a Norway maple. So it's a great time, and I know that the trees often go fast, so we invite the whole community to come down.
Wonderful.
How many trees? I've seen a picture. How many trees are there?
I don't know the exact number, but it is a good amount. I could show the picture. I would guess between around 40. Good job, Cody. it's taking up a lot of the park shop, so it's not too, that's for sure.
All right, moving down to our Community Builder Award for May 2026, and I will invite the members of the City of Rawlins Volunteer Committee up.
Madam Mayor and Council, the Community Builder Award is a monthly award the city presents to local individuals, businesses, and organizations for their volunteer service, sponsorship, promotion of programs and events, outstanding service in the interest of the city, and for other contributions significant to the Rawlins quality of life. We are now working with our educational partners to receive or recognize a high school senior every year for their work both in and also in the wider community. The Volunteer Committee would like to present the May 2026 Community Builder Award to Carly Kramer.
So, Madam Mayor and Council, we're super excited to have this new component, having a yearly high school student. It proves community service is a game changer for teens. It builds skills, empathy, sparks leadership, driving youth for advocacy. And I think the benefits, community service sticks with teens for a lifetime. It shows that studies show that teens who volunteer are more likely to stay engaged in their community as adults, more likely to vote, pursue leadership roles, and prioritize empathy in their careers. So Carly Kramer, a graduated senior, was active at Rawlins High School, in and out of school. She volunteered at the nursing home, pursuing her CNA, Salvation Army, rang that bell, local animal shelter, student council, National Honor Society, Best Buddies, and a multiple of other activities. So I asked Carly, our kind of standard questions about what drives you to serve in your community, and her answer was the smiles on people's faces and doing it for others. And so that was very heartwarming. What is your favorite thing about Rawlins? She loves that it's a small community, which is very helpful and close-knit. And I asked her what her hopes for Rawlins would be. And she says, what I hope Rawlins to be in the next few years is a community that continues to grow and evolve. I hope it becomes a place where new businesses can thrive, jobs are created, and where residents can grow, prosper, and enjoy a higher quality of life. This is from our senior. Her donation this year is going to Best Buddies, which she's involved with, and she's going to say a few things about Best Buddies and some other things. Carly?
Best Buddies is just a program through high school, and this program focuses on partnering up with kids with disabilities, and we just are there to build friendships and help them socialize and be more a part of the school. So, yeah.
Anything else you'd like to say?
Also, I'd like to say thank you, Madam Mayor and the City Council, for honoring me this award. It means a lot. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Here is this.
Thank you.
And here's your big check. Yep. We'll get Mom and Dad in here.
It's upside down.
You're going to recite it first.
Congratulations, Carly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good job, Carly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations, Carly. All right, moving down to approve a Parks and Recreation Advisory Committee resignation. Councilmember Patterson?
Move to accept Catherine Adams' resignation from the Parks and Recreation Advisory Committee effective immediately, and direct community relations to advertise to fill the vacancy for a term ending December 31st, 2026.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to accept Catherine Adams' resignation from the Parks and Recreation Advisory Committee effective immediately, and direct community relations to advertise and fill the vacancy. Any discussion? All right, Lynn, will you open online voting, please?
Online voting is open.
Yay.
Online voting has closed. The motion passes with 7 yeas.
All right, moving down to reports and information and the urban systems update to the city council.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, Honorable Council. So, quick update from Urban Systems. For many years now, our Urban Systems Committee has been working with YDOT to see a safe passage across our 287 bypass. And fortunately, we were able to, after about 20 years of studies and projects, we were ready to kick one off this summer. And if our residents are driving up 287, you will see a bunch of dirt work going on as we speak. We're looking at a completion date of October. There will be a shutdown date of the 287 bypass for a period of time. We're thinking about 20 days, but by this fall, there will be a safe passage for our kids and residents to cross the 287 bypass. Thank you very much. Any questions?
I have thank you cards for members of your committee.
Thank you.
Yeah, for the undercards, that's so exciting.
Pretty awesome.
All right, moving down to city manager report and staff reports. I'll turn it over to you.
Honorable Mayor and Council, sounds like there's a lot going on. I think I'll add to it. For starters, our Music in the Park will be starting out for the season on Thursday, June 25th at Washington Park with Float Like a Buffalo. They are a high-energy rock band from Denver, Colorado, whose sound blends rock grit with funk and jam. Performances start at 7 p.m. with the vendors being there at 5:30. It was mentioned before about Arbor Day, and that's this weekend. Also, the National Parks Day cleanout. They asked me to reiterate those so people would try and keep it on the calendar. The one that hadn't been mentioned yet is the Carbon County Museum Block Party will be Saturday, June 6th, starting at 11 a.m. And the road closure will be on Rawlins Street between 9th and 10th Street. Recently, we had the annual fire department 5K that was held this past Saturday, May 30th. There were 42 runners, along with 3 dogs and 2 strollers participated in the event. The turnout was quite well received, and the fire department's thanks for it. The city has actually begun today. He showed up a little bit early, but Billy Hunt, our Parks and Rec director that we've offered the job to and hired, he's passed his background check, and we did do a little bit of onboarding work with him today. He's going to be still back and forth from Arizona to here for the next week or so, but I look forward to introducing him in earnest on June 16th at our next meeting. So that's been going well. On top of that, wanted to make sure everyone was aware the rec center has operating hours have changed for the summer. Monday through Thursday, it's 5:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. Friday, 5:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. And it's closed on Saturdays and Sundays, and that'll be starting this weekend. Lastly, I have this Wednesday, or is it this Wednesday? Next Wednesday, I'm sorry. June 10th from 2 to 7 p.m. at the Jeffrey Memorial Community Center. Okay, just listen to the whole thing, because I'm going to say this first part, I might throw people off, but the Seminole Power Company LLC will be having an open house to share information about the proposed new gas-fired electrical generation project called the Miller Generating Station. So that will be on Wednesday the 10th at the Jeffrey Center. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Oh yeah, and I'm gonna have Laura come up and she's gonna kind of cover, after she says her remarks, the other update that I wanted to give as far as this week goes. So, Laura?
On Thursday and Friday of this week, 5 members of the City Council, as well as City Manager Hall and myself, will be attending the WHAM Summer Conference in Laramie. A few months ago, the City Council put me up for a scholarship for that conference, and I wanted to let you know that I have received that scholarship, and so I will be attending. So I will be attending on Wham's Dollar this year around. But I look forward to representing Rawlins and learning more the second time around attending this conference.
Wonderful. Is that all?
That's all.
All right. Thank you, City Manager Hall. Moving down to City Attorney report.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, Honorable Council. I actually don't have any standalone updates. All of my updates have pretty much been covered by other staff as I provide support for them on the sidelines. But if there's any questions council has, I am happy to respond to those.
Any questions? Councilmember Singer?
So we went through the house that we took down South Side. Can you give us a breakdown of how we can do that now when we couldn't do it before?
Well, we have always had the ability, the city has authority under both statutory and municipal ordinances to have done that. In the past, while I don't understand and have insight into what the constraints were previously, there were a lot of factors in our favor to proceed sooner rather than later. It had gotten to such a deteriorated condition that it posed a significant health and safety risk. So taking that down was feasible. It was also cost effective to do it. We're able to mobilize resources very quickly. The next step in this is going to be, another factor that may have been an issue in the past is that in the past few years, I cannot remember exactly the date, the city did enter into an MOU with the county for special assessments. And so that provides us a clearer path on liens when there are special assessments related to nuisance abatements and things like that. So I have received the documentation in regard to the invoicing, and we will be filing a lien. We do have some statutory requirements we need to follow. There's the notice due process requirements. Unfortunately, in this situation, despite the current knowledge that there are no, the property owner is deceased, there may be some family or legal heirs that may wish to come forward. And so we're going to follow all those requirements and then get that special assessment lien filed.
Any other questions? All right, thank you, Renita. Moving down to City Council updates. Somebody have anything? Go ahead, Councilmember Sealer.
I've had several people my age, elderly people, being summer starting right now. Do we happen to have an extra one of the park benches we put along the walkways? They was wondering if we could put one right there by the old armory, because they say that hill is real aggressive for them to walk up there, and when they get top the hill, they would like to have a place to sit.
There's a picnic table there.
Right there.
I don't know, they're telling me there isn't nothing there, there's no place to sit there right there.
There is a picnic
Did you
table.
come up that hill up there? So,
Yeah, maybe it's the top. I just ran it at the 5K. Yeah.
Well, I don't walk it, so I
Yeah.
don't know, I'm lazy. Oh, but I'm just relaying what they're telling me, is there by the cemetery, or by the, across from the cemetery, by the.
Maybe it's
there.
before you get to the gate.
Yeah, when you
I
walk
can
up the
check the
hill.
parks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Any Councilwoman Lewin?
Also want to thank the city and the county and HF Sinclair for all their help when the electricity went out for 24 hours. Great surprise to everybody, but we really pulled together as a community to make sure our citizens were all taken care of. Really appreciate that. And also appreciate the cleanup individuals as well as the city and cleaning up all those branches, except the one right outside back. There's a branch down. Anyway, other than that, we really do a good job of cleaning up for unexpected storms like that. They really hit my trees hard, and obviously the electrical system. So I just want to thank the city again for doing that. And something else, but I forgot it, so I believe. Oh, now I remember. I also want to thank everybody who signed up to run for city council. I think one of the major marks of a healthy community is the number of people who run for city council, who run for public offices, as well as who volunteer. And we have a great collection of people who are running, people who never run before, younger people, which is great to see. And I just appreciate Rawlins being that type of town where the people are willing to not just sit in a chair and complain on Facebook, but are willing to get in there and learn about our city government and work to make the city better. And that's all.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Vice Mayor?
Do we have the numbers on how much wood was hauled from that incident? I was talking to Trimble.
Stephanie? Stephanie?
No.
Her
Yes,
husband.
thank you. And he said that number he told me it seemed very high, and it would be interesting to see, because you figure that they were hauling it they were picking it up out of everybody's yards, helping with that cleanup. I don't know if everybody knows that or seen that, but they were, the wood piles are in the front yards, and they would go help collect and then haul it out, which is awesome. But I wish I could remember the number. It was an insane number. So it would be kind of cool to see maybe like a post later, or it says the total cleanup was about this much in just the timber that fell. So my trees are still falling in the backyard. We cleaned it up and went out there today, and there's more limbs coming down. So they got their work cut out
The
for a while.
landfill is pretty high.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Any other updates? All right. Moving down to unfinished business and an ordinance to approve the second reading and waive the reading of an ordinance granting a telecommunications utility franchise and general utility easement for CenturyLink. Councilmember Singer.
I move to approve the second reading and waive the reading of an ordinance granting a telecommunications utility franchise and general utility easement to CenturyLink.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to approve the second reading and waive the reading of an ordinance granting a telecommunications utility franchise and general utility easement to CenturyLink. Any discussion? City Attorney Mayberry.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, Honorable Council. Just a little clarification on this. With the other fiber companies who have gone in and under communications utility agreements, this is actually just a renewal of an existing, long-standing communications franchise agreement. CenturyLink isn't going in right now and adding new fiber. Although they do from time to time maintain and update their systems, this is really just a renewal, and it is just maintaining the relationship with CenturyLink. And by way of background, the original agreement goes back to the 50s.
Councilmember Singer?
So we're now gathered up where everybody's working off the same basic agreements?
That's exactly what we're going for. We are still, we do still have spectrum to shore up into that, and any new players who would like to play in the area.
Any other discussion? Lynn, will you open online voting, please?
Online voting is open.
Okay.
Online voting is closed. The motion passes with 7 yeas.
All right, moving down to the second reading and waiving the reading of the fiscal year 2026-2027 municipal budget. I have a motion. Councilmember Singer.
I move to approve the second reading and waive the reading of the ordinance for the fiscal year 2026-2027 municipal budget.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to approve the second reading and waive the reading of the ordinance for fiscal year 2026-2027 municipal budget. Go ahead.
So presented before you is the reading number 2 for the fiscal year 26-27 budget. You will notice that I have added the net effects that were listed to that changes page on page 8. And I've also updated the referenced page numbers within that page. No other changes were made since the first reading of this budget. From council, I do need the approved amounts for the nonprofits. So if you would mind including in your motion the allocation of those amounts, I would greatly appreciate it so that I can get them in for read 3. I would like to cover a few other items pertaining to this budget. First, I'd like to address the topic of vehicles. You've all been given a list today of our fleet vehicles, and in that list, 70% of that list is over 10 years old. It has no depreciable value in accounting terms, and from an accounting perspective, they cost more than they are valued for repair. Vehicles are downgraded between departments as appropriate. A poor pickup in one department might be usable in another. Due to these factors, the city is asking for a total of 7 vehicles. 4 of the vehicles are budgeted from the enterprise funds. These funds are required to support themselves without tax dollars. It should be noted that both funds have a predicted positive balance at the end of fiscal year 27, which is located on page 137 of your budget book. The vehicles being replaced are among those that are over 10 years old and have high and hard miles on them. They all have diagnosed issues that make them untrustworthy to the point they're not even allowed outside the city of Rawlins. It should also be noted that these vehicles will not add to our fleet. The vehicles will replace vehicles that will then be traded, auctioned, or scrapped. So let's remove those 4 from the equation for a moment. The remaining 3 vehicles are general fund requests, paid for with tax dollars. All 3 are first responder vehicles. The fire chief's truck is over 13 years old and has over 120,000 miles, requires several quarts of oil a week, and welding work on the driver's side door regularly just to operate. The current estimate to repair this vehicle is in the tens of thousands. This vehicle is often required to do out-of-town trips, which they're currently unable to do, forcing the use of a personal vehicle. The other 2 are police vehicles, both of which are replacing vehicles currently in operation and will not add to our fleet. Police cars are not purchased at the local lot. They are manufactured separately from the vehicles you and I drive, and the entire process takes about 2 years to complete, meaning we cannot wait until the need is dire, and the requested vehicles will likely not even be received until 2029. Police vehicles are pursuit rated, engineered and tested to withstand high speed and police response, equipped with upgraded powertrains, suspension, braking, and cooling systems to handle the stress of high speed. They are specially designed to sustain that high-speed driving, execute emergency maneuvers, and endure thermal and mechanical stress of prolonged aggressive operation. The engine is not the only consideration. Police often arrive within 1 minute at full speed. That alone requires more safety features than I can list. And that list is constantly changing. Within milliseconds, they brake and exit. These vehicles are designed to make the human response to an emergency as fast and as safe as possible. It's also worth noting that these vehicles have not been purchased for the current year or the upcoming years of 2027 or 2028, creating a hardship on first responders as spares may not be available. One last comment on the vehicles. According to the investment policy approved last year, money was put aside for the purpose of replacement of vehicles. When I arrived, one of my first tasks was to set up the appropriate accounts and implement that strategy as set by council. The fleet replacement account for the general fund will have increased by $35,000 at the end of this fiscal year, pardon me. And next year is anticipated to increase an additional $75,000, meaning that half of those requested vehicles can be purchased with these funds on the gains alone. Other than vehicles, there's a few things I'd like to note. This budget accomplishes many things for the city. The top 5. Number 1, this budget is a fiscally responsible, $0 budget, increasing transparency for both council and the public, as well as helping to create policy, procedure, and direction for every department, everything a budget is designed to do. Number 2, it includes $4.5 million for 3 water fund infrastructure upgrades, including the emergency booster station. It includes $750,000 of street overlay projects, not included in a few budgets before this. It includes $15,000 for the appraisal of city properties for the purpose of marketing them as requested by council. It includes $20,000 to update a section of cemetery irrigation systems, also requested by council. All of these 5 objectives are ready to go this summer if the budget is approved. City Manager Hall and I worked closely with all of the staff to ensure we created a budget that was able to be accomplished. This budget is the final step in getting these projects realized. And as I stated in workshop 2, the strategic plans that council put in place last year remained at the forefront of this budget, thereby accomplishing as many city needs and goals as possible.
Thank you. Thank you. Vice Mayor.
I don't know if we can answer this question right now, but with the vehicles, when we have high idle times on all of our police cars, we all know that's normal. They run all the time. What is our maintenance schedule on those? Do we run maintenance based off hours? Do we have computer chips that say, is it mileage? So I was reading about this technology that they have for, you put in the cars and it monitors the car, and it says, hey, you have a very high idle time. And instead of changing your oil at 3,000, 4,000 miles, change your oil here based off like a lower mileage. And, you know, it's the preventive maintenance. And it ends up letting the cars run for quite a bit longer. And it's not just police cars. I mean, our the trucks that we drive around town, when they're on site, they're running. Is this something maybe we should look at in investing to monitor? Because I don't think it's a huge investment, and if it will help, because the number one thing that this is going to do is produce safety for officers, because it's going to make the car more reliable. We don't want to find out the cars in a bad condition, because it's at 60,000 miles is not a lot, but if it has a ton of hours on it and it should have had oil changes much more often, maybe we need to look at something like that to monitor them, so that we have a better maintenance schedule on and I don't know what everybody thinks about that, but
So I was told it's mileage is the maintenance schedule, and we can look into that with Nick and our maintenance guys.
Yeah.
Actually, I should talk to that. They want to.
Would you
So we're talking about maintenance. We do have a maintenance schedule on all of our vehicles. They're all tagged and they all go through regular maintenance. Any new vehicles, usually what we do is we write in some kind of fleet maintenance to where the first 3 years we actually send them off to the dealership to have them maintain them before they even get turned over to the city for maintenance. And then we keep track of all maintenance records on all the vehicles.
Okay. So I know you were out of the room when I started this, but did you hear what it was I was talking about?
Not, no.
Okay, so
Sorry.
There's a device that you can plug into the vehicle and it monitors, its runtime. So from the moment it's started to the moment it's turned off. And so it says, hey, I might have drove only 10 miles today, but I idled for 15 hours. And so that changes your window of when you should change the oil in the vehicle. And this, I think it would be a cool thing, maybe, I don't know, if the cost isn't crazy, if it can help us get more mileage out of these cars and make sure that we don't have a machine that breaks down a lot quicker because, now we're being more proactive with it. And if it's just a simple plug-in device that says, hey, yeah, you should change now. Don't wait another 1,500 miles. It's going to tear it up. Might be something to look at. So
yeah, absolutely. I'd say a lot. We have some pretty good scan units at our shop that we can actually look into the computers and look at and read a lot of this stuff. I think a lot of our problems that we're having is sensors throughout these new trucks. They're going out and it's hard to get them, or you can't get them anymore after a certain amount of years. You start looking at trucks that are 15 to 20 years old, you can't get sensors for them. If it's showing an airbag sensor that there's an airbag issue in it, our scanners, we cannot figure out what's going on with those things, and you can't get sensors for them anymore. A lot of times maybe it's just a dash. We got to replace the whole thing. Maybe it's a sensor in the front bumper, or maybe it's a steering wheel, the clocking spring in the steering wheel. There's a lot of different issues, but we can't figure out what it is or even get the parts to some of these older trucks. Now the newer trucks, I agree 100%, you can start getting into maintenance schedules with the dealership, for a certain period of time, or we can look at what Laura wants to do and look at fleet schedules where we're regularly rotating these trucks at like a 3 to 5 year interval. So, and they do all the maintenance work, they watch the computers, they do all of that, and then every 3 years we're getting a new truck, and then we're just turning them over that way. Buying them and keeping them long term like this I don't believe it's very good for the city.
do we have a do we have a cost comparison for fleet versus the long term, like keeping them in with the maintenance? Do we have a spreadsheet that breaks that out?
At this time, no, we do not.
Okay.
An inventory, an eyes-on inventory is something that's a priority for 2027 for me. And the schedules, even within our accounting software, are not 100% up to date. So I'm going to be trying to get them back on schedule.
Thank you.
Councilmember Patterson?
Cody, got one for you. Tagging on to what Daryl is talking about, do we use premium oil in our vehicles or just standard motor oil?
I think it's more of a premium brand that we use in them.
More of a synthetic type?
Yeah. Yes.
Or a blend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That itself will make idle time a lot better.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Did you want us to add in the amounts tonight for the nonprofits, or are you?
Well, I'd like to get them in for READ 3. Right now, what I have is a placeholder of 100,000, but I don't have anywhere to put that 100,000. I don't even know if that's what all of you would like to.
I personally think we should stick with what we did last year.
Okay.
I don't know how the rest of the council feels.
Yes. I agree, but where do we find that? Are you finding that for us? Myra?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is it more than 100,000 or is it?
I have the placeholder of 100,000. Last year, I believe it was 1,025.
If we keep it what it was last year, we want 1,025.
We can tell you. 1 minute.
It's 133.
10125.
Auxiliary funding.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
Am I missing the total?
Oh, I apologize, there is no total on that. Does anyone have a calculator real quick? Okay, so nonprofits was $101,250.
Yes.
That's the nonprofits.
And that's what's budgeted here?
Yes.
For 2020?
For 2026.
And then for 2027, we want that the same. So, but you need somebody to read that amendment?
Yeah, I need you guys to approve that in a motion.
Do we need to amend the original motions, Steve, or?
Yes.
Well, we
Yes.
would have
Yeah,
to
friendly
amend
amendment.
it to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
include this,
To include that, yeah.
this dollar
I
amount.
think you made the motion, right?
I did.
Okay.
And it was to approve the second reading and waive the reading.
Yeah.
So in order to change this, I'll go back and move to approve the second reading with the provision of adding $101,250 to the nonprofit allocations for the fiscal year 2026-27 municipal budget.
Who was our second?
Second, right,
Additional clarification would be the specific disbursements. Are those to remain the same as were last year across the board with those grantees?
That's what I would.
Is that the next
Yeah.
page? Yeah.
It's what's
right
what's-
there.
What's
Yeah.
there, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
right there.
Steve's
So-
making the motion, so he gets to decide. Put you on the spot.
Oh, that's okay. The second reading to include the 101,250 divided or budgeted as it was in the 2026 budget per dollar amount.
And do you second
Second.
that? Okay. Lynn, when you're ready, oh, Vice Mayor.
So with that, we had a couple of them ask for more money. Are those dollar amounts in here? They're not in here, correct?
They are not.
I can't remember which ones needed more.
Everybody needs more.
Well, there was like, I want to say there was 2 or 3 that asked specifically for more.
There was.
Or several of them that asked for more.
Yeah.
And there were a few
Madam
that
Mayor,
just wanted that amount.
I think that if you go ahead and approve the amendment, we can always amend it for a third time in the
Yeah.
third reading.
Yeah.
And we can double check our notes that we have from the
Yes.
nonprofit and ancillary funding days.
Yep,
Okay.
that works.
Okay. You ready to refresh?
Right. Hold on. Okay, so the motion is in there. So go ahead and refresh. It says move to approve the second reading, waive the reading of the ordinance for fiscal year 2026 municipal budget with adding $101,250 for the nonprofits being the same as budgeted amount as fiscal year 2026. First was by Councilmember Sanger, and the second was Councilmember Seelow.
Go ahead and,
Online, yes, online voting is open.
Okay.
Online voting has closed. The motion passes with 7 yeas.
okay, moving down to some approval of the minutes. Council-
Excuse me, I'm sorry. So I was voting for the nonprofits to get the money that they requested.
You voted for the whole budget.
Oh, okay, then I'd like to change that.
Councilmember Elliott, you are changing your vote to
No.
nay? Okay.
We don't need to refresh, do we, Lynn?
Online voting has closed. The motion passes with 6 yeas and 1 nay. The 1 nay is Councilmember Elliott.
All right, moving down to new business and the approval of the May 19th regular council meeting minutes. Your motion? Councilmember Patterson?
Move to approve the city council minutes of May 19th, 2026, regular council meeting as presented or as amended.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to approve city council meeting minutes of May 19th. Any discussion?
Madam Mayor, is it as presented or as amended? Which one are we doing?
You want it as presented. Correct?
Yeah, as presented.
Okay.
Councilmember Sanger?
I just need to know if I was here.
You were. There was only one.
It was
Madam
me.
Mayor and council member. There was only one member not present, and that was the mayor.
Okay.
So hold on. Second was Councilmember Lumen or Seeloff?
For me, I wasn't here May 27th.
No. Who seconded this motion? I apologize.
I
We
think
both
Bruce
did it at the same
We both
time,
did,
pick
yeah.
one.
Okay, so
We're-
I will do Councilmember Lumen. Thank you. It's back to you, Madam
Okay.
Mayor.
All right.
Do you want to open or?
Yes,
do-
please open online voting. Sorry.
Online voting is open.
Yay.
Online voting has closed. The motion passes with 6 yeas and 1 abstain. The 1 abstain was Mayor Wells.
All right, moving down to some more approval of minutes. Or Vice Mayor Garner.
Move to approve city council minutes of May 27, 2026, special council meeting as presented.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to approve the city council minutes of May 27th, special council meeting as presented. Any discussion? Lynn, will you open online voting, please?
Online voting is open.
Yay.
Online voting has closed. The motion passes with 6 yeas.
Okay, moving down to an accounts payable for May 8th. Councilmember Patterson?
Move to approve the accounts payable for May 8th, 2026 through May 22nd, 2026 in the amount of $972,787.48.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to approve the accounts payable for May 8th, 2026 through May 2026 in the amount of $972,787.48. Any discussion? Go ahead, Vice Mayor.
I'll be abstaining because I received payment for printing.
Any other discussion? Lynn, will you open online voting, please?
Online voting is open.
Yay.
It's not, oh, excuse me, it popped up now.
Online voting has closed. The motion passes with 5 yeas, 1 nay, and 1 abstain. The 1 nay is Councilmember Elliott, and the 1 abstain was Vice Mayor Garner.
Okay, moving down to an executive session. Councilwoman Lewin.
Move to go into executive session at 7:06 PM per Wyoming Statute 16-4-405A 9 and 2 to consider or receive any information classified as confidential by law, to consider the employment, right to practice, or dismissal of a public officer, professional person, or employee, or to hear complaints or charges brought against an employee, professional person, or officer unless the employee, professional person, or officer requests a public hearing. The governing body may exclude from any public or private hearing during the examination of a witness, any or all other witnesses in the matter being investigated. Following the hearing or executive session, the governing body may deliberate on its decision in executive session.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to go into executive session at 7:06. Any discussion? And will you open online voting, please?
Online voting is open.
Great.
Online voting is closed. The motion passes with 7 yeas.
Yep.
What is it in the executive session? I thought we
They gotta get back in there to kind of, alright. Yeah.
I usually do. Well, it was nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
And you're Matt.
Yeah.
What challenge French art? I fell asleep. Yes, watching last year's performance. I woke up and Josh was like, are you okay? And I was like, well, my phone. He's like, Christy.
Every other Tuesday. Every other Tuesday.
Every first and third. How did board docs go? Can you tell what I was doing? You want to go see my office?
Yeah, I can kind of, but yeah. I will.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, just that way you were familiar on your own.
You guys know about board docs and they're making it out. Okay. You're Christy, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I thought. Yeah, I'm Dave. So nice to meet you.
Hi.
Hi, you. So, good. And he's got my favorite seal. As he came in, he's come in a couple times since he graduated. Did he show you his like? I guess that trophy. Like it. Yeah. So my chief, you want to meet? So Shayla, this last she was running, sitting beside me.
Yep, which ward?
And then Christy.
I met you in Dog Park.
Yes.
Pleasure to see you.
Yes.
Nice to see you around. Good to see you guys. How are you? Which wards are you guys running for?
I've got two.
Good luck. Yeah, want to talk to the police? Just a minute.
You're welcome to stop in if I'm available at less than
Sounds good.
We're all ready for you to tell.
3 months.
Right now, are you close to right, well,
3 months. Election cycle. Well, no school, no official work. How's that? There you go. There we go. The unofficial stuff. And then this is Cody Dill, our public works director.
How are you going?
Two people that are running for city council.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Christie and Christie.
Yep, I do.
Yep. And then you, of course, you guys. Evans, we'll just go with that.
Hope you know his work.
Yeah. Trust me, I did that work.
Yeah. No, I got it. Yeah, 10 minutes. Are you out here tomorrow? No, I am not going. No. Well, I don't know that. I just don't know where we are.
That's sort of just. That's where all this is.
Could he or could he not?
So somebody knows that he said you gotta do it this week. Thank you. Good prayers and lives. Thank you very much. Yeah, exactly. Or something. A contract. We're meeting next Monday, right?
Yes, we are. I lost everything in my calendar, and I lost it, like my iPhone messed up. I was like looking at. No, I found it. No, it was like it felt weird. Didn't have like had it like that. And I found it in there because I was like, what do I do? It took me like half a day.
Well, if you guys have, which we're gonna, she set up some time, I think, but again, I'm available. There's the DDA director, there's the House District representative, so.
Definitely don't want patience. You're gonna be like really Chrissy, and I'm gonna be like, here's my list of questions.
I can't answer them, I'll give the answer.
Right?
Right?
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting.
Sometimes you just don't know, and you sit there and go.
Let me get back to you.
I mean, it's so ironic, like, when we were laughing about that, the underpass, like, 20 years. I was at that first original meeting, I've been with the city for 20 years, so, and like, yeah, I was at that meeting, when we first had the Safe Routes to School grant from YDOT, and said, okay, we need to check, so we checked 3 different locations in the city, and 2 of them were okay, and that one was like, oh, wait, here's the issue. So, yeah, Cody said 20 years ago, and I've lived it all. But that's okay. Yeah. Well, and part of it is YDOT money, and then YDOT money getting moved around to, emergency projects, and like, I think we almost had all the money at one point, and the Jackson thing happened, so money, when the road passed, they're always.
Yeah, well, and then how much of it was our money versus how much of it was?
So it's actually, it's a small portion of the city's money. It's allocated money from YDOT to urban systems. So it's state money that goes to different municipalities. So a majority, we would have to, I haven't been on urban systems for the last, couple of years, as a board member, but it used to be like a 85-15 split. 15% of the project is the cities.
Yeah, I was looking at the numbers. I was trying to figure out because I was like, all right, not a lot of it is our money. And I was going into it, and I didn't have time to look further into whether
they say it's in our account because the state has dropped it in, but so you get so much money for urban systems projects, and so we just want to say, like another project was 6th Street overpass. So it just depends on, we would bank this money. Like we started 20 years ago, but I think we've only been back banking the money for 8 years. It's been a year since I know they've done updates. But yeah, it's not city funds, it's still public funds. But actually, general.
Yeah, I was going to say
city's
it's
general. versus,
That's been interesting.
college.
That's been interesting to look into. I'm like, oh man, I gotta brush up on my accounting. It's been a while.
You love stuff like that.
Yes. I was digging in there.
Yeah.
Oh, your daughter. I need a.
Oh.
She has a Facebook for pictures, right?
For Shin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
S-Bar-T photography.
It's Bart.
Yes, it's her brand. Looks like this. I'm so excited for Carly, and I'm so excited I got to do that.
Yeah, graduating class has done so much, so much.
Yeah, they are.
So many scholarships and just awesome.
Oh, that number.
And then my
I
son
saw
is
that.
like, all of a sudden today, like, reality hit, and he's like, no, dad, you know, but like, he's 18, and he's graduated, and he's gotta go to college and start saving money this summer at his job. He just started yesterday for Nate, Parks Department, so he's like, it's so different, and he's got sunburn. He's tired today, because he worked.
S-R-T.
It's her brand. Yeah, he's just, yeah, through weeds.
And you had a senior also this year.
Yeah, Chris McBee, yeah. That's what I was saying, he just started for the Parks Department, and he's just beat, because he was working at the Fairfield. And so you're on front desk, I mean, you're sitting in the back quite a while.
Yeah. Wait until
Yeah,
people
soft
come.
Now he's like gonna
Yeah.
get, you know, calluses or something. But he wants to be an engineer, so I said, this is gonna get you out there learning stuff, doing stuff. Plus it's life things that you know.
You understand maintenance, the engineering.
Yeah. So he's pooped. It's been 2 days of like work, and he's all red. I go, well, you heard of sunscreen? I mean, you know, the rest of us have. He's fun. Yeah.
Okay. So see you twice on Monday.
Yeah.
We have
I saw that,
Friday,
yeah.
but then we have, okay. And if you guys are around on Saturday, whether downtown, we can go to a block party instead, yeah. Go to a block party, but then in the morning, from 9 to noon is cleanup.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm gonna send Josh to do that. Him and the kids.
You are so good.
Friday.
I'll feed him breakfast.
Heck yeah.
If you come down at 9, I'll feed him breakfast.
I will tell them that.
Okay, bye ladies.
Bye, have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Do I want to sit for executive session? I don't think I'm ready.
Because you get.
I was thinking that.
Well, and you could share your riders in a small town with county, school district, whatever.
I didn't mean to like get out of here.
Yeah, you did. My godson is here from Kansas.
Second grade, I mean, is he just that guy?
I think he's just that guy, because I've been watching him.
I mean, because I only come to the meetings with like, you know, one of our committees has to do something. We have to say, hey, we're up for a reappointment or like get an award or something, but I don't stay. You know what I mean? You do
No,
it,
you
leave.
leave.
And
So I've been
so,
watching him. I've been watching him.
not yet. I just started looking at a few, I'm trying to get through school with some days, you know, tomorrow last day with kids and then the next day teacher day, but I figure next week I'll start.
I started the budget. I went backwards. I've been working my way backwards. And then I have notes and I'm like, wait a minute, how that? But it's a lot.
Was telling the other teacher. Very what? Like, tell me more very what?
Yeah.
Like, what you talking
Because we
about?
don't know.
Or like, we just talking? Like, yeah, so our meetings, like, he's.
Well, he hates
Oh.
me. He hates me. He sees me coming and he's like, oh my God.
My son loves him so far. He's so good to work for so far. I mean, it's a couple days and then a few interactions with interview and paperwork, but yeah, he just says he answers questions, he's so polite.
Well, that's so good. Yeah. Well, no, so I was asking
Thirsty.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
just gonna abstain from the consent agenda and not pull it off there.
What's that?
Wrong password, Terry.
Process.
I just changed it.
I'm not even gonna-
Why aren't you working?
Oh, thank you. She is a headshot.
Second time I've handed those.
I'm sure.
I signed mine one time.
Snacks.
And I signed it, and then I was.
Hey,
I was like, oh, I have to redo this.
we would have been here a lot later if
I was like, hey, you.
we had started at 7:30.
Let's reconvene in Myra's office.
That was one of the best
for snacks.
decisions you've ever done. Moving our meeting up.
All right.
I agree.
Councilmember Patterson.
Move to come out of executive session per Wyoming Statute 16-4-405, A, 9, and 2 at 8:23 p.m.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to come out of executive session at 8:23 p.m. Any discussion? Lynn, will you open online voting, please?
Online voting is open.
Yates.
Online voting is closed. The motion passes with 7 yeas.
Okay, moving down to approval of executive session minutes of March 17th. Oh, we didn't get those.
But I think we're gonna get them.
Did we have a motion to
Postpone.
postpone?
Postpone that.
Yeah.
Vice Mayor?
Make a motion to postpone the executive session minutes of March 17, 2026, regular council meeting as presented.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to postpone the executive session minutes of March 17th.
Sorry, would it be as amended?
As amended.
As
As amended. No?
You're tabling it?
I'm sorry. Pay attention to us.
All right.
Okay.
Don't confuse us.
Well, we're just asking to postpone it. We're not amending the actual
No, right,
minutes.
so
So
you're gonna postpone.
Yes.
Okay.
And Lynn, tell us when we need to refresh.
Who's second?
Sila.
Sila. Has been, just go ahead and hit refresh.
Okay. And then Lynn, when you're ready, will you open online voting?
Online voting is open.
Yay.
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 Online voting is closed. The motion passes with 7 yeas.
Councilmember Singer, do you have another motion?
Yes, Miss Laura, I'm going to mess up your evening a little bit. I apologize in advance. I move to approve a 3% increase to the city manager, city attorney, and city judge to start July 1st, 2026.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to approve a 3% increase to the city manager, the city judge, and the city attorney starting July 1st, 2026. Any discussion? Second was Bruce. And then, Lynn, when you're ready, will you do a voice vote, please?
Mayor Wells,
Yay.
Vice Mayor Garner,
Yay.
Councilmember Singer,
Yay.
Councilmember Patterson,
Yay.
Councilmember Seelow,
Yay.
Councilmember Woolman,
Yay.
Councilmember Elliott.
Yay.
The motion carries with 7 yeas.
Are there any objections for matters discussed in executive session? Seeing that there are no objections, and with no further business that needs to be brought before the council, we'll adjourn this meeting at 8:27 p.m.
Thank you.
Do you have a moment, or do you have to go right now? No.